It was a quiet Tuesday, the kind of afternoon where birds chirp, sprinklers hiss, and life feels almost peaceful. My golden retriever, Max, was lying on the porch, soaking in the sun. Then the mailman walked by, and Max, being a dog, barked. Once, maybe twice. That's when I heard it, the sound that haunts every suburban soul. "Excuse me." I looked up. There she was, Karen, clipboard, sunglasses, Wrath of Zeus. "Karen, your dog is disturbing the neighborhood tranquility." "It's 3 p.m., I laughed, thinking she was joking. She wasn't. "Karen, the HOA noise policy clearly states no disruptive sounds during designated quiet hours." I said, "Karen, it's 3 in the afternoon, not midnight." She squinted, whispering like she was cracking a code. "Karen, exactly. Afternoon nap hours." And that's when I knew it had begun. The next day, I found a bright yellow envelope in my mailbox. From the HOA, subject, "Noise complaint, canine disturbance." They actually fined me $100 for barking, not excessive barking, not continuous barking, just barking. I called the HOA office. The poor secretary sighed. "Sir, Karen's been documenting your dog's activities." I said, "Documenting? Like a full-on surveillance report?" She whispered, "She submitted a spreadsheet." At that moment, I realized this wasn't about peace and quiet. It was about control. That weekend, I saw her again, camera in hand, pointed straight at my house. I walked out and said, "Karen, you filming a movie?" "Karen, evidence gathering. Your canine exhibits repeated disregard for community harmony." I said, "Karen, he barked at a squirrel." "Karen, intent doesn't excuse disruption." She was quoting HOA bylaws like scripture. Then she said, "I have 3 audio recordings from this week alone." I replied, "That's not surveillance, Karen. That's stalking." Her smile froze. "It's called vigilance." And that's when Max barked again. Her eyes widened like she'd just witnessed a felony. A week later, the HOA called a special review session. Topic: Domestic Animal Noise Violation, Lot 42. Guess who chaired it? Karen. She came in with charts, timestamps, and printed transcripts of my dog's barks. Transcripts of barks. Karen. At precisely 3:02 p.m., subject Max emitted 3 loud, aggressive woofs directed at the mail carrier. This constitutes hostile intent. I leaned back. He's a retriever, not a war criminal. The board tried to keep straight faces, but I saw shoulders shaking. Then one member asked, "Karen, what's your proposed solution?" She said, "Immediate canine re-education or removal." Everyone stared. I said, "Karen, it's a dog, not a spy from Mission Impossible." The HOA voted 3-2 in Karen's favor. They issued a final warning. Max didn't take it well. That night, he barked at a raccoon for 5 seconds. The next morning, another letter. This one stamped in red. Final violation notice. I realized Karen was serious. She wanted my dog gone, and I wasn't going to let that happen. I had an idea. If Karen wanted documentation, I'd give her content, so I installed my own cameras. Day 1, Karen standing outside my fence filming Max. Day 2, Karen yelling "quiet" into my backyard. Day 3, Karen arguing with a squirrel she thought was Max. I compiled it all into a video, titled it Local HOA Karen vs. Dog. A suburban tragedy. Uploaded it to a community Facebook group. Within 24 hours, it had 10,000 views. The next morning, I was outside when she stormed over, waving her phone. "Karen, you humiliated me publicly. I demand you take that video down." I said, "Karen, it's freedom of expression, just like Max's barking." She gasped like I'd committed treason. "Karen, again? "This is harassment," I replied. "So was your spreadsheet of my dog's bowel movements." She turned beet red. "You'll regret this. I'm escalating it to the county level." Then Max barked again. Once, like a punctuation mark to her rage. I swear it echoed like victory. 2 weeks later, there was another HOA hearing. Karen came prepared for war. This time, she brought sound meters, witness statements, even a dog bark analysis report. I came with my laptop and played the Facebook video. Karen froze as the footage rolled, her yelling at birds, measuring decibels, accusing a passing jogger's AirPods of being canine noise emitters. The room went silent. Then the HOA president said, "Karen, this is excessive." "Karen, I was preserving peace." "President, you were terrorizing squirrels." The board voted to rescind my fine and suspend Karen from the HOA board for abuse of authority. The next day, the neighborhood felt different. No more emails, no more yellow envelopes. Even Karen's blinds stayed closed. Max barked once that morning. Just one proud, beautiful bark. And no one said a word. I swear it was the most peaceful sound I'd ever heard. A month later, the HOA newsletter came out. Front page, community spotlight, Max the dog, a true neighborhood icon. Right below it, former HOA member Karen steps down to focus on personal growth. I couldn't resist. I printed it out, framed it, and hung it on the fence. Karen saw it once, glared, and muttered, "Karen, enjoy your 15 minutes." I smiled. "We plan to, Karen." One bark at a time, Max wagged his tail. The sprinklers came on, and peace finally returned to suburbia.